No, so I mean, yeah, we didn't do. But I was like, what do you?
That's very complex words coming.
Yeah, what are you guys? What are you interested in doing? And they said, look, it's not for work, but it is for work. What we want to do is, it was the people at the university who, like a group of professors and their doctorate students who wanted to do like a team building thing. And they basically they understood that like when they go to conferences or host international people, they present everything fine in English. So they do all their work a lot of times in English, but then it comes to like the social dinner or like the activities and stuff, and they're like, and so they just wanted to feel more comfortable. The word orthodontist in Italian is odontoiatra.
Odontoiatra?
I can't do it. I can't spell it every time. I can't. Odontoiatra. Odontoiatra. Like now that I'm practicing, I can do it, sure, but like ask me in 10 minutes and it's gonna be like odontoiatra. And then spelling, and I have to like Google it. Am I spelling this right now? How many O's and I's? And
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't. Is there a sentence that doesn't work?
A sentence word.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know why I use minchia for everything. It doesn't make any sense because I'm not even speaking Italian from the south. So
I yell at people in the mild road rage that I may have. That's all in Italian now. Even when I go back to America,
I'm still shouting malakas in Greek, insulting in Greek.
There's something that works
especially
really well.
when driving. It's crazy, but I mean, I don't do it often. But when it happens, somebody cross the car,
exactly.
It comes with Greek words.
I'm saying in Italian.
Happens. Cool. So yeah, before closing a little bit the episode, I would say first of all, we talk a lot about what you're doing, but maybe where people can find you, where they can find the conversation groups that you're having right now. What are the projects that are coming soon?
I'd love. So right now I'm doing English through improv for people who want to better their English. I would love to do the same thing in Italian, and then also maybe work with somebody else who might want to do the same thing in another language. It's not even me doing it. I'd like to be a resource also for teachers. So that's one of the things that I just had a little article published in like an educational resource website. So I would very much like to grow it, not only with just English. But I could do it in Italian. I feel a little bit, I don't know, do you trust that I speak Italian well? I totally do, but I also think that having a native speaker is really important as well. So maybe working with some native speakers, but also if somebody was interested in doing this for French or for Spanish, something like that, doing some more like that. So right now I have a website. It's called Impro Conversation. And because using the word impro, that's the British, they don't say improv. And so in Italian, it's also called impro. So Impro Conversation. And that's where you can find out about the classes. If anybody would like to join one of those, you can join anytime. There's the same thing on Instagram. And then I have an Instagram and I had a blog for 2 years, and it's still, sometimes I'll add something to it every now and then. But I did it, and it's called Mike All Over the Place. The same blog is the same name of my Instagram, where I was looking at things from my perspective as an American traveling between Italy and the Netherlands. And so it's called Mike All Over the Place. It's a little blog that's just still there. It's kind of dated now.
Like blogs.
Yeah, like they are. Like
sounds like
there.
A blog.
What do we do with it? It's there.
Nice.
And other than that, I mean, I have an email and a phone, but
let's skip that for deeper contact.
Unfortunately, I feel very old school when it's like I don't have TikTok, and I haven't done as much as I'd like with Instagram or Facebook for the improv conversation stuff, but they exist. I mean, right now it's
at least. I mean, if it's a point of contact, like as always, the links are in the description of the episode. So if you're interested and you are here in Bologna to take the opportunity to improve your English in a conversation way, that it's not the standard of putting yourself in front of a book. Go check it out.
And I'd love also to, if other people are doing similar things, I'd love to talk with people about that.
Connect a bit,
a network that I just joined that's called the Network for Applied Improv.
Okay.
Who, it's all professionals doing things using improv for educational purposes.
Nice. So, cool. So also if you are doing improv in other challenges, use that.
Connect.
For closing the episode, Mike, I would ask you if you have any crazy, ridiculous, funny story that you had from all these years living in Italy, that it would be a nice closing up.
I have a lot. I have a lot. But I think I'd like to go back to like way back in the beginning of like, somebody who is just also learning how to be this kind of bridge between cultures. And the literal bridge between the students and host families. Working with host families is just this window into everybody's lives that is wild. I mean, you're literally in their house sometimes, and you're trying to mediate situations where people are just not understanding each other. And so this is pretty early on in my experience with CIS. The program in Siena is called CIS Intercultural Study Abroad. So way early on into that, we had a student who was going to be volunteering with the local ambulances. There's a way that you can do that, to be a volunteer, because the ambulances have a lot of funding that's just from the state. The ambulance organization has a lot of volunteers that are doing things that are not like the car accident ambulance emergencies. They're also managing a lot of things like taking elderly people from their home to the hospital and back for an appointment. And you can schedule those things. So all the people doing that are all volunteers. And so that was one of the things that our students could go do to be involved. And so there was a student who had to go to one of the mandatory training sessions, and those are happening like right at the beginning of the program. Like, okay, here are all the opportunities for the volunteer stuff, or the service stuff. Sign up for them and you go to them. So these students are there for they've been there for like a week or two, and they're already kind of going to these things. And there was a guy who was able to do these training sessions just for our students. Or also for other foreign students as well, but we would set them up. And so this student was there. She was doing the training session and she fainted, right? So she fell on the floor. Well, it's perfect though. You got all these people who work for the ambulance organization, so they send her to the hospital. And it was just probably maybe she was starting to get like a virus or something. So it was a whole combination of things. She was fine. There was no problem with it. So it was early on. The director of the program and myself went up to the hospital to go pick her up after they told us, like, we sent your student to the hospital. Like, okay, we'll go get her and we'll take her back to the host family. And so this is where it becomes just a situation. This particularly host family was a wonderful woman. She was older, as often is the case. You have a lot of elderly people who, maybe their kids don't live at home anymore and they have extra space and they love cooking for people and that's what they've done their whole life. And so great, have a student come in. And that's what so she was probably in her late 70s. And she also had, unfortunately, she had a stroke, and so kind of one part of her face didn't work well. Also, her eye was mostly shut, and so she didn't see as well. And so we by the time we bring this student up to the house, it's probably like 10 at night. They'd taken her to the hospital and gone over everything, then let her go, and so it was pretty late. And even though it was late, as this Italian woman, these are the people that she works with, and in her world, you don't have people come to your house and not offer them anything. And we've tried to refuse, but it's this back and forth, like, no, we're okay, no, please come in. And so she made us all come into the house to have some tea. And like the director and I, we just wanted to get back home. This poor student just fainted. She wanted to just lie down. But anyway, there we all are having sat down on the couch to be forced some tea by this woman who's kind of running around in the kitchen getting things together. Meanwhile, on the TV, and it's obvious to all of us that she has no idea that the TV is on and what's on it. She has a huge TV, and this is in a time that's not too long ago, but long enough ago when you had a lot of like local public access channels, right? And at 10 o'clock at night, they're showing some stuff that's a little bit questionable. So it's basically a soft porn. And this woman, I know this woman, I trust that she is not staying up at night watching porn with her students. She just basically, you know, she lives alone, and for her the television is a thing that keeps her company. But there we are, all three of us, the director, the student, and myself, sitting on the couch while this woman is there with this, essentially it's a soft porn in front of us. And the student, and I kind of, you know, and the director, she's somebody who is just kind of just embarrassed in situations like this. So she's just looking at the ground like that. And the student, she's embarrassed because she fainted and we had to go get her at the hospital. And, you know, she's like that. And I kind of had to look at her. I'm like, I don't think that your host mom watches porn. Okay. I just need to say that right now. I don't think that's anything you need to worry about. I think that's just on the TV right now. And that's not something that she's into. Okay, so if you're worried about that. And then she came in, gave us the tea, and we all sat there and had a conversation as the movie went on.
Oh, gosh.
There were so many things all happening at one time, and my job was to make everybody feel comfortable in an extremely uncomfortable situation.
Nice. Well, I wasn't expecting that, but thanks for sharing. Mike, it has been a great pleasure having you in and finally redoing this live and with human beings, not in front of a screen. So yeah, thanks a lot for joining and for explaining your experience and the job that you are doing. Hope that you enjoyed also being in the show.
Oh, that's great! I can't wait. I want to watch it. I want to see you. Watching yourself is always weird.
It's strange listening to your voice recorded. As always, if you like this episode, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. Also check Mike's channels and give it a little bit of love to all the channels possible that you can, as always. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and see you in the next episode of Expat Experts.
No?